Well, the radio is fine, but no capstan got blown. So no capstan got blown. You guys see that? Let's see. Let me show you guys this thing. These caps didn't got blown. I don't see any caps. I'll have to look at it later. So I went to turn on the radio a while ago. I don't see any blown. I'll tell you how it happened. Did not transmit. I set it over to my table over here. Turned it on for a second. For a few minutes, it made a loud pout, not a loud pout, like a pop sound, pout like that. I'll show you where it happened at. So over here is where it came from here. Mostly, when the top of the thing here, I put everything up. It mostly had the loud pout came from this direction right here. That's where it mostly came, this area. I don't know if anything's blown in there. I can't tell by it in the back. I don't think any caps look like they're blown, because I have caps down here. There's like 3 caps down there, and there was like a PAL sound. Something blew in this specific area right here, and white smoke came out a little bit like PAL, but it didn't look like anything came from these caps here. So just want to let you know that's where mostly it came from, that direction to the top. So I looked on the bottom of it. It didn't look like it. Could be a final, could be one of these areas, but the radio was like this when I first got it. You guys remember, and it had no receipt. But mostly it came this area here, I think, and it just like white smoke came right out like a pow right out of there, and that's what it did. Mostly it came from the top right in this direction here. Mostly it came from this area here, pow like that. When I saw some white smoke came out a little second, like a blue, not white smoke, like a blue smoke type thing. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, like that. So mostly this white stuff, like what pow, and that's where it came from, this direction here. And the light will still work. It was still working on the radio. So I turned it on, did not transmit nothing. So I hooked no antenna to the system. The radio could be bad, or it probably needs, I don't think the caps are bad, but I'm trying to figure out what direction where it's at. But mostly it came from this direction right here. And I don't know, it could be a transformer. I don't know what's in here. But it could have been a bad resistor or a cap. So I don't see anything down there is blown, except the blue caps look okay. They look like they're not pop yet. So I don't see anything caps that blown down here. So I'm taking a look in this area here. Nothing looks like it's blown there. That cap looks alright. Mostly that's where it came from. I'm trying to see where the loud pow came from, this direction here. So I'm looking down here. There's a cap down there. It doesn't look like it's blowing. I don't know. We'll have to check that later. That little gray thing in the background. But that's where it made that like a white tight smoke. Like blue smoke a little bit. Like a really pow. Like could have been a capacitor or it could have been a final. But it came from this area here. I don't know what happened. But the transformer looks good. But we're looking at all the areas here. Because this lid I took off one time when I popped it off and soldered those caps in there. That's what I did. I got inside of that. We'll have to look in here where it's at. Looks like something cracked right there. You guys see that? That's a dioid. I don't think that dioid's cracked. See right there? But that's where it mostly came from. Let me know, when a diode hops, does it make it like a howl sound? And it has like a white smoke, like a blue smoke a little bit. The caps are in great shape. I don't know that diode's hot, but I don't think it is. We'll look down in that area. And we'll have to check that out later, but I don't think that diode looks like it's hot. But it was in this area here when I put the hold display case I went to plug it over here on the stand, but mostly that's where I set it right here, and it did that. And mostly I'll give you guys a demonstration where it came from. So let me show you guys in a second. Mostly it came from this direction right here. That's where right here when it came with the how white smoke came out. The last time when I did the Robin 123B, before I did anything when I transmit the system, you guys remember the Robin when I first got it, how that happened. I turned it on with no antenna system in it and ran it no problem, fine. Then when I did the one thing I didn't have an antenna system hook up to it when I did the last time, how that happened. When I put this microphone in, when I plugged it, and that's when it started to make that. When I pull, when it did that, when I turned it on, when it, like it transmitted, then it made that big pow sound on the bottom of the Robin. That's what it did. You guys saw that blown up cap. So this Robin still works. It still does the same thing when I hook up an antenna. Never had a problem with this one, except it's the way those channel things that kicks in and all out. So this could have been a bad tube radio I got, but probably needs a lot of work. So this where when I turned it on, I didn't hook no antenna to it, did not do any transmit. So when I first got the radio, it was like that. When I transmit the microphone, it had no receive, no transmit, and you couldn't hear any. Like, I tried my walkie-talkies on it, couldn't get it transmit to the tube radio, but the radio did not power the first time. It could have been the caps were dried out, but mostly this power sound came from right here, like white smoke, like bluish white smoke, for a second, and that was it. And I'll show you guys a look at it from here. I don't see any caps are blown, because these caps are brand new. They should not be blown if they're brand new. And I don't see anything blown up here, guys. You can't see nothing blown. But we don't know where it came from, because mostly that's in that direction where it came from. It could have been any of these things. Could have been a dioid. I don't know. Maybe we'll get this radio later on fixed by somebody to help me out. But the caps are all in place, so the light didn't shut off, the radio did not. I was trying to turn it on to see if it's going to work, see if we're getting sound, and for a few seconds a pow sound came out of it, like from that direction I told you where it was at. I wanted to see, did not do any transmit. I was going to see if it's going to receive or not. So it could have been one of those things. I don't think it could have been a fuse. There's the fuse right there. If the fuse is still good, we can't tell by looking at the fuse. I don't think the fuse looks pretty quite good to me. So it was not the fuse. It could have been a dioid. It could have been anything. But I need to have someone look into it, see where the power sound came from. But that's the only thing that happened today. And I'll have to show you some more lights of this thing when we get some time. But that's the only thing that happened today. But the caps look like they're in good shape. I was checking for caps are blown. So none of these caps got blown out. Even these don't look like they're blown out too. These caps don't look like they're blown. Because if the cap was blown, these would have fell apart. So don't see anything blown in the caps. But it was in that specific area I was telling you about. It could have been a resistor, it could have been a dioid, could have been anything in that area, like from this top area here. I don't know what's in the screen thing. Could have came from that way. I don't know if those are finals inside. But that's the only thing. When I turned it on, it took like a few seconds, less than about 5 seconds, for like 1/10 second. It just for like 2 seconds, that's when it happened. So the radio's alright. So I'm not going to turn it on until we need to check this out more, or get someone to help us to get it fixed this way. And especially the Robin T123B. The Robin is still alright, because you guys seen the video how I did it. The Robin only had that problem, like I told you what happened. Because when I first turned it on, it didn't make a pow sound. Only when I put a microphone, when I transmit, that's when it blew that cap out one time. But it's mostly in this area. We have to find it where it's at. It could have been anywhere in this little screen. I think it could have been somewhere in here. There could be a finals in there. I don't know what's in that black thing in there. That's why mostly it came from there. But mostly it came from right here when the smoke came out a little bit, like a white smoke, like a bluish smoke a little bit, like pow, and it lasts for a second. The one with the comstat on the Robin was actually a loud one. Didn't see anything from the smoke. It just came from the bottom when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been any in this area here. We'll have to go look in here to see if any diodes are popped. But the caps look like they're okay. Because I got another cap down there. I put it in there a while back. There's like 3 caps in this area. And I put this one here. I took the back off face of it back a couple of months ago. I think about a month ago when I did this. You guys, yeah, the cap's still there. But mostly the power came from this direction, right in this area right here. The transformer could be bad. Because it had a light, when it powered, the light was still working in the radio. It was still working. But I don't know if it's this kind of here. I don't think this was it. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out. But mostly it was in this area right here. So I'm trying to figure out how we can get in here to look around. And it could have been anywhere in that area. But something looks different down there. That's a dioid. So it looks like a different dioid way back there. So catch you guys later. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll bring out more videos soon. I just want to let you know, most of the PAL's direction came from right here when the smoke came out a little bit. And that was it when I turned it on for a few seconds. When I turned it on. And that's what happened. And about 2 seconds later, less than a few seconds later, it just made a PAL sound. And then our switch is there, but that's the only thing that happened. Nothing, all the caps are still in place. Nothing doesn't look like it's blowing here, but mostly it's in this specific area right here. So I don't know, it could have been something on the other side. We'll have to try to check that out. Someone has to tell us. But maybe Harvey can help me to fix this for free from both my radios. My tube radios, yeah, I don't know. So I'll catch you guys later. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Get on down and bring out some more videos soon. This is UDX 362 in Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll catch you guys later. Bring out more videos soon.